Hello and welcome to Warhammer Wednesday. This week's review will be of the Space Marine StormHawk. It's fully complete. All I need to do is obviously spray it and paint it. If you notice the weapons, I've equipped it with the Stormhammer missiles, the Icarus Storm Cannon and the Assault Cannons. Those two weapons there you can normally change. You can have heavy bolters, Stormhammer missiles or Typhoon missile launcher, and that one you can have the Icarus Storm Cannon or you can have the Las Talon. I'll probably get two of these in total, so the other one will have a Las Talon and the Typhoon missile launcher. At least with this one, the Stormhammer missiles are range 60 inches, then the Icarus is 48, and then these are quite close at 24 inches. Whereas the other one, the Las Talon, will be 24 inches, Typhoon will be 48, and then 24 for the assault cannons. This is their new Space Marine flyer. It looks alright. It's got the Infernum Halo launcher there, which allows you to re-roll your failed Jinx save. Pretty cool. It is essentially a Storm Talon in a box with an extra sprue, and that sprue will net you the wings, which are separate. They've even done completely separate thrusters, separate assault cannons, and little bits and bobs like these bits, the cannon and the kind of enclosed canopy, and they've even put these extra boosters here. I'll show you the underside of it, and these kind of exhaust vents, they're new too. So there's a fair few new things with the kit, but like I said in the unboxing, if you want to get a Storm Talon, you have to get this StormHawk kit. So for a Storm Talon now, you're pretty much paying £5 more, and you get a lot of parts extra with this StormHawk. I'll show you them in a moment. They're pretty much useless unless you've got an Orc army or something like that and you want a kit bash. Or the weapon loadouts, yeah, you could quite easily magnetise these missiles. I didn't, because I knew I would have two of them. Yeah, if you're a bit of a whiz, I suppose you could magnetise this gun area too. I'm sure there'll be a video soon of someone doing that. I may even do it on my second one, just magnetise the whole thing, magnetise the missiles and the front gun. But there you go, that's a bit of a close-up and things. It's a little bit messy because I made a few mistakes, so I might just go over it with the file again before I brush it down and then spray it. It's a nice looking model. Like I say, it's just based off of a Storm Talon, but with the extra wings and an armoured canopy. Yeah, it still looks very bulky, bit of a chubby flyer. It's a fighter rather than an attack flyer, which a Storm Talon is. The only difference really is it's a fighter, but it's a high altitude fighter. So you add 1 to StormHawk's pursuit and agility values when it's taking part in a dogfight, and its base stat line is pursuit 3 and agility 3. It's got the ceramite plating on it, and you can upgrade the Las Talon, replace Las Talon with an Icarus Storm Cannon, and the Sky Hammer is only 5 points more, and remember you're getting 3 strength 7 shots, whereas a Typhoon is an extra 20 points, and that's a lot. If you're going for the Typhoon, that's going to be 145 points on a model with 2 hull points. It's armour 11 all round except the front, which is 12, whereas a Storm Talon is a different type, combat role, attack flyer, but it does have the vectored afterburners. In a way, this fighter has 2 main weapons, I suppose. It has the Icarus or the Las Talon, and then it has the missiles or the heavy bolters, and then it's got the twin-linked assault cannons that's normally on the Storm Talon. So in a way, it does have an extra weapon. Front armour's 12, and you're not paying that many more points for it, so it's pretty decent. So size-wise, compared to a Storm Talon, it's exactly the same chassis. If I do it that way, look, it'll look larger now, look. But it's exactly the same chassis. But as you can see, what they've done is they've added this wing over there, and this thruster is actually a different one than the one on the Storm Talon, but the missile pods are the same as on the Storm Talon, but it's added these bits where the normal weapons would be there, and instead of the twin-linked assault cannon, which you can move about, you've got this thing which you can't move, unfortunately. I don't think that you can move the Las Talon either. If I was to put the Las Talon there, I think it's just pointing forwards. Bit of a shame. Would have been nice to move it, and also with the Storm Talon you can move the thrusters as well, to kind of like simulate that VTOL. Anyway, that's just like a little comparison of them both. Of course, the fighter has got a specific combat role, and if you're playing a game with just flyers, then yeah, it'd be fun just to have a few of these against some Orc Dakka jets or something like that. It'd be fun just to play a game with your flyers, I think, in my opinion. But more on that on the review of the Codex. The rules for, well, both of these, which is it's in one kit, can be found in the construction guide, but also they're in the new Death from the Skies Codex, I'm calling it. Now, probably best to just show you the spare parts. I did warn you that there were a lot, and look at this. You get a whole, like I said before, I don't know, to me it just seems like a bit of a waste that you're paying for all of this, and you're not really going to use it because those legs are quite specific. Even with a bit of modding, I don't think you could make them an upright Space Marine. I mean, the chest piece and everything you probably could. But you're not really going to use these unless you're kit bashing another model. And look, you've got a whole, you know, brand new canopy there, and you've got that left over, and then you've got the side kind of like tiny little wings, and then the interior of the cockpit. I mean, yeah, you just, even the kind of seat and everything, or the back of the seat, you got all of this just spare, which is easily £5 worth in my opinion. But like I said before, it probably is possible to magnetise these with a small strip of a magnet, or even a small circular magnet. You wouldn't really need to drill in too far, and then you could just magnetise the missiles, which I probably will do on my second one. But for this one I just wanted to have it like that and build it as quickly as possible. So there are all the spare parts, and that's the end of my review really. What are your opinions on this brand new flyer that they've brought in? Is it really a brand new flyer? I mean, yeah, I suppose it is because it's a fighter and everything, but like I said before, the Xiphon fighter Interceptor is just a world apart. It looks way better, it's more dedicated. The Xiphon has 2 twin-link las cannons and a rotary missile launcher, which is extremely good range. This has, if you put it with the las Talon, that's half in the range. Its armour at the front is still one better. The Xiphon, they haven't said anything about the Jink or Pursuit or Agility. They haven't done an FAQ. I'm hoping they do that in their next refresh of like Aeronautica or whatever. And the Xiphon doesn't have the assault cannons, but overall it's a much nicer looking aircraft. But still, if you don't want to spend £80 and then plus your 12% postage or whatever on a Forge World resin flyer, you can get one of these for what, about £27 odd. So yeah, you could get 2 of these and still have a fair bit of change for the same price. But there you go. What do I think of this model? It's less of a potato than it used to be. That's really as much as they can do with it though. I can't think of anything else that they can do with this. And it doesn't look too bad next to Storm Talons 2 or even Storm Ravens. So what do you think? Put it in the comments below. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.